All right, hi guys. So we're going to discuss chapter 6, which is forechecking. So before we go into this, you got to understand the type of forechecks, which I'll teach about, but you got to know and understand the type of forechecking systems that teams use and what is the definition of forechecking. Forechecking is very helpful in the game because it helps us pressure the other team and causes turnovers so we can gain puck possession. And we have to put on heavy forechecks a lot. So we can use any type of forechecking system, and we'll talk about some. But it just depends on some in-game situations. So what is forechecking? Forechecking is when a team uses their speed in the offensive zone to chase the puck after a dump in and forces turnovers or scoring opportunities. And most common forechecks include teams dumping in the puck from the neutral zone and trying to receive it while the opponent tries to break out. So what this means is, like with us, remember how we talked about our breakouts and they were talking about the forechecking, like our opponents, we're doing the same thing, but it's kind of reverse, it's opposite. So we are forechecking and they're trying to break out. The offensive team takes a shot that creates a rebound and forecheck to get the puck back. So like what we could do is instead of just dumping it deep, going one man going in, the other supporting and one staying high, we could have somebody, dump the puck in on the goalie's pads and maybe get a rebound. Somebody go get some and slam it home. And what occurs from a turnover? It's when the offensive team turns the puck over, they need to apply forechecking pressure to get the puck back. So like we want to get, if we don't have room, okay, if we don't have room to move into the offensive zone, that's when we're going to use the forecheck. But if we have room, we need to walk in the offensive zone with the puck. So when we dump that puck, we got to be hungry and go get it in deep, and we have to get that puck back. We can't let them come in our own zone or through the neutral zone. So 6 keys to a successful forecheck. So number 1 is F1, the first forechecker gets in quickly and establishes an angle when pursuing the puck carrier. And from this, it limits options for the breakout team. There's no room to move. It takes time and space from the breakout team, and this leads to mistakes in plays, especially turnovers. And quicker F1 responds to the puck, the less time off the offensive team will have to make a play. So we have to be quick. And if we use quickness, guess what? They're not going to have enough time to move the puck up the ice. The second one, once the puck is moved, F1 must recover to a high position above the puck, while F2 or F3 responds to pressure pass. And if F1 falls on spot or hot, he or she must get off the check right away and move above circles when observing where the puck is and what's happening. So usually we have to come in hot, but we have to get the check. Well, we can't check in this league, okay? We can't check. So we have to go in a pin a little bit. So maybe one person goes in forechecks, you know what I mean? Like puts pressure and moves back up the circles. Do not hit them. The third one is to continue the pressure and recover until the puck is turned over. So, and from this, it's a response of the second and a third player is key to keep heat on opposition and force turnovers. So we want to keep forechecking until they turn over the puck. We don't want to, we have to move our feet. We cannot stop moving our feet. We have to constantly go get the puck in the offensive zone. I mean, we got to watch out. We're not chasing too much. We have to be positioned. But also, we have to go get the puck. We have to pressure because guess what? They're going to be confused. They're not going to think really quickly as us, and we're going to get that puck and we can make a play. We can set up in the offensive zone. The fourth one is if the D are going to pinch, they have to get back to the puck before it's under control. So the pinching D must read the play and anticipate when the pass is being moved up to the wingers on the boards. One forward must always be in a position to back up the D. Having a high forward to back up pinching D prevents odd man rushes the other way. So like I said, like we talked about in the other chapters, like if one of the D goes down low, the closest forward will have to come up and cover his or her position. That way we have 2 D and then we have 3 offensive people in the zone. The fifth one, good forecheckers use sticks to take away passing lanes like we talked about, okay? Like with us in the penalty kill, like we were just talking about power play and penalty kill a little bit yesterday, but like I said, they're going to try to take your stick lanes away, but we need to do that in the forecheck. So maybe like get down and use that stick. We have to use our stick, and we have to make sure we're blocking the lane so the puck can't get out easily. And taking this option away, and which makes it difficult to make a pass by an active stick. So like I said, we have to use our sticks. We can't just go in with our, we can't just use our speed. We have to use smart hockey. We have to play smart hockey, use our heads, use everything we can. Maybe you go up and block, you put out your stick. Okay, something like that. And the sixth one is finish hits when appropriate. So a physical play on forecheck forces D to move the puck quicker next time. So like I said, we can't hit in this league, but like you say, you just want to go in and skate and pin. Like a pin is like when you move up, you don't want to hit them, but you're going to tie up their stick and make sure that puck and their stick doesn't go anywhere until you get help and support. All right, so we have the 1-2-2 forecheck. So this is a hard pressure there's hard pressure from the first forward, and when the puck is moved, F2 or F3 uses quick pressure while F1 covers. And when F1 anticipates pressure, he or she angles the puck carrier to provide F2 and F3 a read on where the puck may go. If F1 pressures the puck carrier and the puck is moved in the direction they're skating, he or she should avoid hitting and continue on pressuring the pass. D never pinch on direct passes to opposing wingers, and this will come down on long, wide rim plays. So usually what happens, okay, is the D will not pinch those forwards. They're going to kind of stay back, and we have the option to rim around the boards. F2 and F3 should be wide, initially take away passes to the boards and react to mid-ice passes as they happen. And there's a strength and weakness to this forecheck. The strength is the other team is enticed to bring the puck up the boards and can be taken away so they can pressure us. The weakness is the opponent has more time to make plays on the breakout. Okay. So with the strength of this forecheck, we can get that puck easily if we use the boards and stuff. But the weakness is they're going to have more time to play this. But that's where we have to use our speed and stuff. So if we look here, let me get my little dot out. Okay, so like we talked about. So the first forward, which is F1, going to make that pressure. Okay, so he or she's either going here or here. It just depends on where the puck is. Okay, when the puck is moved, so if the puck is on this side, okay, F2 is going to come down and forecheck, okay, and support F1. If it goes over here, F1 is going to come over here and forecheck while F3 comes over here, okay? Just depends. Puck's coming in here, F3's got to be prepared to be here. And then F2, okay, so let me explain this a little better. So F1 comes in, okay? F1's chasing, then F2 needs to come down. Then F3's got to move over here a little bit to play the high position, okay? Now, if it goes on the other side, F1 comes in, okay? F3 is going to go support, forecheck, and F2 is going to come in and play the high slot, okay? So we got to make sure we have to take away those passes too. So if you don't want to get down too low, I mean, unless you have to, but you want to make sure your stick is down too, like we just talked about. Okay, and then we have the up. So up 1-2-2 forecheck system. So F1 pressures O1. Okay, and F2 and F3 are in a position which they position themselves in line with dots. And the wingers can line up wide to prevent any quick rim plays. And the wingers prefer to stay inside to minimize mid-space and move into an outside position. And if O1 passes the O4, okay, then F2 closes quickly and F3 moves across, locking the middle, preventing the passes to the center. So like I say, the O1, so our team, just right now, if we're forechecking the offensive zone, we're the Fs, okay, and then the other team's the Os. So I'll show you this, okay. So F1, we see it's going to pressure O1. So O1, okay, so if the pass is coming over here, so O1's going to be forced to make that pass. So that way F2 comes over here and can pin his or her man on the boards and get the puck, okay? And then F3 will move across to play that high slot, okay? We always got to have somebody up top, okay? F2, now if it goes over here, different. side, okay? So F1 will pressure over here, F3 will come over here, and F2 would move in that slot, okay? Because there would be a pass coming over here, F3 would have to make that play. Okay, so we have the over in the 1-2-2 forechecking system. So F1 pressures O1, and on the pass, F3 moves down to take away the pass to O2. F2 moves across to take away the pass up to O5. F1 recovers quickly and locks the middle. And if the puck is moved in the same direction while F1 is chasing O1, F1 continues to pressure O2 while F2 and F3 hold their positions. So let's take a look. Okay, there's our player. So F1's coming in to forecheck O1. So O1's going to make that pass to O2, and F3 is going to come in and forecheck O2 when that pass is being made. Okay, now O2 is going to look, okay, to pass to O5. So that way F3, although he or she's forechecking, we got to make sure we're in the passing lane here. We got to make sure we're having our stick down. So that way they don't know, or it makes it more difficult to pass the puck. Okay, then F1's going to come back up here, okay, where F2 is. And then F2, while F3 is going, F2 is going to go over here where O5 is. Okay, then F1's going to cover O4. So that's way. So I'll explain a little bit again. So F1 is going to forecheck O1. Okay, when that pass is made, it's going to go O2. F3 is going to forecheck when that pass is. Once O1 gets the puck, F3's got to go in, use that stick to block the pass. F1's going to come around, then when F2 is going to come over here for check O5, then F1's going to cover O4, and then F3 is down low. Okay, and then that's how we're going to get puck possession because they're going to cause turnovers. And then we have the wheel. So F1 forces O1 as he or she wheels to the net, while F2 locks across the middle. F3 backs up, staying inside the dots and is ready to take away the boards. F1 forces only if he or she is within one stick length of O1, and if not, he or she cuts across in front of the net and picks up O1 on the other side. So let's take a look here. Okay, so F1 is going to force O1. So F1, okay, can either go behind here, stop, or F1 can come over here while O1 and block that pass, okay? So usually it just depends on the situation. So you could either do it anyway. If O1 you see is going to move and make that pass, F1's going to want to come over here. If we see if O1's being a little slow, F1's got a pressure up here. Okay, then F3 is going to stay inside the dots, okay, and they're going to take away the boards. Okay, so that way the pass isn't made. And then F2 is going to cross, okay, so if that pass is being made here, then the center can't get that puck. So that way F2 is making pressure in here. And then we have the reverse. So F1 forces O1 as he or she wheels to the net. And as O1 reverses his puck, F2 closes on the pass. F3 moves across to lock the middle. And this is very important for F1 to recover high on the backside. So that way we have a high man, and that way they can stay back and help the defense. So as we take a look, F1's going to force O1 from behind the net, okay? Then O1's going to make that back pass like we talked about, the boards pass. And then F2's got to come down and close on that pass, okay, to prevent that pass from being made, okay? Now O2's going to go get that puck. That's the other team. So F2's got to cover O2 to prevent that pass, and they're going to battle in the corner. And then F3 is going to move across here to support. Now, if it was on the other side, F3 would come over here, okay? But right in this play, F3 comes here to support, and if that puck comes out, guess what? F3's got a good scoring opportunity to shoot the puck. And then we have the rim. So F1 pressures O1. If the puck is rimmed to the wide side, D2 moves down to pinch on the winger. F3 covers the puck for D2 by moving up the corner of the blue line. And if the puck is rimmed up the strong side, F2 closes down on the winger. So let's take a look. So F1 is again pressuring O1. Okay, so once O1 rims, F1's going to come back up here. Then F3, okay, has to cover the D. And when that puck's rimmed, D2's got to come down here and play that puck. Okay, because remember what we talked about, we always have to have 2D back here. So Well, D2 is going to go get that puck from that rim. F3's got to come up and support. Okay, F2 crosses across the middle, and F1 comes back over here. Okay, until this is played. And one more thing before we move on. If the puck's coming up the strong side, that's where F2 closes down on the winger. Okay, so the F2 is looking for the center here. Okay, so the 2-1-2 forecheck. So this forces opponents to see the handle pressure taken away, while taking away options up the boards. F1 and F2 are deep and looking to finish hits, while G are set to come down the boards when the puck is moved to opposition wingers. And this forecheck forces teams to use the middle of the ice to escape the zone, which is very hard to do. The strength about this forecheck is this pressure applies while giving the opponent only certain areas to break out of the zone. Okay, and the weakness is the D is pinching and a forward back on D accepting the rush when opponents break out. Okay, and then we have the two little more details. And I know this is a lot, just stay with me, okay? So F1 pressures O1 to the puck up the boards or across to the partner. Then once the puck is moved and F2 finishes the hit, he or she recovers on the same side of the ice. F2 moves down on the weak side, anticipating a pass to F2. If the puck is moved up to O4, F2 starts to recover on the same side. F3 maintains a high position between the 2D because always, like we said, we always need somebody to stay up high with the D. When D1 or D2 pinches down on the pass, F3 moves out to the blue line on that side and backs up the D. And if the opposition is breaking out, F3 will have to back up the D. So if the D moves down, F3 is going to have to come in and cover his or her position. F3 is available in a solid D position. And once the puck is turned over, he or she must be ready to receive a pass in a prime scoring area. So we have to be ready for passes. F3 will move in offensively to shoot the puck as a defenseman. F2 or F1 may rotate into this position when the puck is turned over, and both D reads the play and anticipates when the puck may be up the boards. So we have a diagram. Okay, so like we talked about, F1 is going to pressure O1, okay, to the puck, to the boards. All right, then O1 is most likely going to make that pass to O2. So if O2 does, F2 has to come down. Okay, and then once, if the play's on this side, okay, let's say it's on this side, I'll explain both. So F1 forechecks O1. Okay, they're going to make pass the O2, D to D pass. F2's got to come down, prevent that blocking lane. Okay, then once that pass made, D2's got to come down and go get the puck. Okay, F3 then will have to cover the D's position. Okay, and that puck could come up, and F3 could get a good scoring chance. Now, if it's on this side, F1 pressures O1, O1 makes that pass to O3, that D's got to come down. Okay, F2 on this play would have to come over here, and F3 is going to come where the D1 is, because that D's pressuring O3. Okay, so we only need two guys. F2 needs to stay high in this case, okay? So we need always somebody high. So I'll explain this one more time so that makes sense. F1 in this play, F1's going to come to O1. They're going to make a D to D pass. Okay, F2's got to come. Okay, F2's going to block pass lane, but if not, F2's got to come back up. Then, when that pass is moved to O4, D2's got to get down here quick, and F3's going to cover D2's position. On this side, if F1 pressures and O1 makes it past O3, then D1's going to have to come down, okay, and F3's going to have to cover D1's position, okay? And we'll work on this with practice so it makes a little more sense. So we have the up for this. So F1 pressures O1 to move the puck up the boards. F2 moves down halfway on wide side, ready to close on O2. F3 stays in the middle of the ice. D1 moves down quickly on pass to O3, and F3 fills in for D1. So as we take a look. So F1 is pressuring O1 to make that pass, okay? Then O1's going to make that pass. Then once that passes, when the pass is being made, D1's got to come up and forecheck O3, and F3's got to come up and cover his or her position, and F2's going to come up and swing high in the high slot here. And then we have the over. So F1 pressures O2. And on the pass, F2 closes quickly on O2. And if O2 passes puck on the boards of the winger, D2 moves in and fishes the hit on O4 while F3 fills in on the blue line. And if O2 tries to pass to the middle of the ice, F3 takes away the pass from to O5. So let's take a look. So F1 is going to pressure in O1. So on the pass, okay, F2 is going to come down and pressure O2 because that's going to make the D to D pass. Okay. Now, as we see O3 over here, and you can't really see it just because mine D2 is going to have to come down and forecheck O3, and then F3 is going to come up and cover D2. Okay. And then F2, once that play happens, have to come over and cover O5. And then we have the wheel. F1 forces O1 as he or she wheels the net, while F2 moves down to prevent O1 from rounding the net and making a pass to the boards. D2 closes down on the board pass while F3 fills in on the blue line. So, again, F1's going to make that forecheck. Okay, then O1 on the forecheck is going to make that pass to O4. D2 is going to come down and pressure O4, and then F3's got to come up where D2 is. Okay, that F2, once that forecheck has happened, has to come and help support, okay? Then F1's got to come over here and make that high play, be the high play once the puck's over here. Okay, so we have the reverse. So F1 forces O1 as he or she wheels to the net, and F2 stops O1 from wheeling. And once he or she sees reverse to O2, he or she moves in quickly to that side. F3 takes away middle ice pass and is ready to fill in for D1 if he or she pinches on a pass to the boards. Okay, so F1's going to come in, okay, pressure O1. O1's going to make that back pass off the boards. And then F2's got to come in with speed, okay, because O2's going to come and get that puck. F2's got to pressure O2, okay. Now, if the pucks move out the boards, that's where the D will have to slot in, and then that F3 will have to come up and cover D1's position. The rim. So F1 pressures O1, and if the puck is rimmed to the wide side, D2 moves down to the punch on the winger. Or it should be pinch. It's not punch. F3 covers up for D2 by moving up to the corner of the blue line, and if the puck is rowed up the strong side, D1 pitches with F3 filling in. Okay, so F1 is pressuring O1, okay, and if the puck is rimmed, so O1's going to rim it off the boards, okay. Then D2 is going to have to come up and pressure whoever's here and get that puck, okay. Then F3 is going to have to come up, okay. F2 will be here to support, and F1 will have to come over here. Okay, and then we have the 2-3 system, which is known as a left lane lock. So the key component is pressure exerted by F1 and F2. It pressures the D in each pass by skating constantly, finishing hits, and recovering quickly. The more harder they work, the more hits they will finish, the quicker they recover, the more effective the system will be. So we have to work really hard. Okay, if we don't work hard, even throughout a game, we're not going to win, and we're not going to succeed. We have to work hard. We have to keep moving our feet, and we got to keep grinding. One forward, which is F3 in this scenario, stays back on the left side of the ice, and this forward is eliminating breakouts up the boards. The D will shift to the right side while left D mid-ice and right D playing right boards. So, okay. So here's the left wing, just F3. Okay, so F2 is going to come in and pressure. Okay, F1 is going to turn around, stay that high slot. F3 is going to move down, eliminating that pass coming up for the breakup up the boards. Okay, lefty is going to play mid-ice right here, and while the right D comes over here, because that pass could come out. And now if that puck goes over here, it's that lefty's responsibility to go over there and get the puck. And then we have the up. So F1 pressures O1 to move the puck up the boards. F2 moves down halfway on the wide side, ready to close on an O2. F3 is at the far boards. D2 is in mid-ice. D1 moves quickly down on the pass to O3. D2 covers up for D1, and F3 fills in wide on the blue line. So I'll explain this, okay? So F1 is pressuring O1, okay, who's going to move up that puck up the boards to O3. So once that pass is made, D1's going to have to come in and pressure. Then, okay, so F2 is going to move down up to the high slot, okay? Ready to close in on O2, who's going to be over here, okay? Then once D1 comes in, D2 is going to have to come in and play this position, and F3 is going to have to come play the middle position here, where D2 is. So let's explain it again. F1 comes down, pressures O1. Once that pass is made, okay, when the pass is being made, this D has to pressure O3, okay? And once that D moves, this D right here has to come right here where D1 was. And once this D moves, F3's got to come back over here to cover D2, and F2's got to come up and play that high slot. Okay, we have the over. So F1 pressures O1, and on the pass, F2 closes quickly on O2, and if O2 passes puck up on the boards to the winger, F3 moves in and finishes the hit on O4 while D2 fills in on the blue line. And then D1 moves to mid-ice. So let's take a look. So F1 is pressuring O1. So when O1 makes that pass, F1's going to kind of make a tight turn here and come up to the high slot. Okay, once that pass is made to O2, F2's got to come in and play. Okay, and when that pass is, remember, F2's trying to prevent that pass from being made. So he could, or she could pin up F2 or try to use the stick to block the passing lane. Okay, when O2 passes, that F3's got to come down and play O4. Then it's kind of like the different side now. Then D2's got to come in and fill in for F3 while F3's down here, and while D2's over here, D1's got to come and play in the middle. Okay, now we have the wheel. So F1 forces O1 as he or she wheels to the net. And during this, F2 moves down to prevent O1 from rounding the net and making him or her pass to the boards. F3 closes down on the boards pass while D2 fills out a blue line. And during this, D1 moves to the mid-ice. Okay, so F1 is forcing O1. Okay, so O1, okay, is going to come once O1 comes and skate. Okay, if F1 can't catch O1, that's where F2 has to come in and block. That will force O1 to make that pass to O4. Okay. And then once that pass made O4, okay, F3's got to come in and pressure O4, whilst again, D2's going to come and cover where F3 was, and the D1's going to come over where D2 was and cover that middle spot. Okay, and we have the reverse. So F1 forces O1 as he or she wheels to the net. F2 is ready to stop O1 from wheeling. Once he or she sees the reverse to O2, he or she moves in quickly to that side. D1 takes away any pass to the strong side boards, and D2 fills in if D1 pitches on a pass. And F3 stays mid-ice in the blue line. So take a look here. So F1's pressuring O1. So O1, while skating, is going to make that back pass off the boards while F1's pressuring. O2 is going to go get that pass, skate over here. This responsibility, okay, F2's got to come in and pressure O2. Okay, then this D will have to come and support. Well, this D over here, okay, has to come and cover D1, and then while D2 goes over here to cover for D1, F3's got to come and play the middle here. And then that's where F1 right here will come up and just play the high slot here. Okay, and then we have the rim, which is the 2-3 system, or the left lane for this. So F1 pressures O1, and if the puck is rimmed to the wide side, F3 moves down to pinch on the winger. Okay. D2 covers up for F3 by moving up to the corner of the blue line. And if the puck is rimmed up the strong side, D1 pitches with D2 filling in. So same thing. F1's going to pressure O1. O1's going to rim it off the boards to O4. Okay. And then that's where F2 is going to try to prevent that passing. We're going to try to get that puck. Okay. But if not, when it goes over here to O4, F3 comes in and pressures O4. And then while that happens, D2's got to come cover for F3, and then D1's got to cover for D2 in the middle, and then F1's got to be aware of this person. Okay, so F1's going to be over where D1 is. Okay, and then F2's got to stay in the middle. Okay, and then we have the torpedo system, and this is a lot of wording, I know that. So the first two forwards on the forecheck buzz from corner to corner, pressuring the puck. So when it says buzz, mean moving your feet. Okay, third forward, which is F3, usually takes the center, stays high on one side. The defensive D stays in the center of the blue line and is more of a safety. So we got to make sure when it's a safety, we got to make sure that no one comes back and exits their own zone. We got to keep the puck in the offensive zone because we want to score and get shots and gain puck possession more time in the offensive zone. And the offensive D and the center have freedom to punch down hard on all passes up the boards. It also has the option to move in offensively when F1 and F2 have puck possession. F3 and D2 may pinch all the way down to the boards to the goal line on that side. F1 and F2 always provide pressure on the opposing D. It then passes up to the boards are shut down by F3 and D2. And two potential passing options from this are for F1 and F2 to get a good scoring opportunity and to create space and more time. Now, offensively, F3 and D2 are ready to jump in to receive a pass or take a shot. The center must be good at playing back defensively because if D2 gets caught in the zone, F3 will have to play defense with D1. So like what we talked about in chapter 1, remember, like the center, that's your offensive and defensive. Now, every position does that, but mostly the center has the biggest responsibilities on the ice. And F3 and D1 could pinch aggressively on the passes up the boards. Okay, and I'm going to show you, I mean, this is, okay, here's the diagram. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of we'll work more on it in practice. So if the puck is, okay, the puck's pressured, okay, then, so F1's going to pressure this D who's here, come back up. Okay, then if the puck comes over here, F2's got to play over here. Then if the puck's passed up here, F3's got to play, and then that D will stay here. Now if it's on the other side, okay, F2's going to pressure, okay, while F1 comes down, and if that pass is made, D2's got to come down. D1 will come over here to cover D2, and then F3 will come in the middle and play. And okay, so for over here too, like I said, F3 comes down, D1 will have to come over here, and then D2 will have to come over here. And then we have a control forecheck, okay? And this is used when opposing players are set up behind their net with full control of the puck, and this may occur from a line change, shouldn't be chance, or when opponents gain the net and stops before you can apply pressure, okay? Now, that's a control forecheck, so we got to make sure that, you know, we have to control the play. We got to make sure if they're changing, we're going to have to play with them. We can't just chase them, okay? So we got to make sure we're putting pressure, though, too, but we can't be chasing too much. Then we have the deep trap. Okay, so all 5 players back up and meet attack at the blue line. And F1 takes a shallow angle and steers the puck carrier to one side. And forwards on that side, which is F2 in this scenario, stands up and denies the team from gaining the red line. F3 locks across or stays wide, forces the opponents to move through the neutral zone against a lot of traffic with 5 defenders. Opposition will have time and space to build up speed. Once they hit the blue line, it will be taken away and turnovers will occur. Okay, so as we take a look here at this diagram, this is, okay, all 5 players. Now, I know this is a little confusing, but we're going to work on this, okay? So F1's going to take that angle, okay, and steer to one of the sides, okay? And forwards on that side, which is F2, has to deny the team from getting the red line, okay? Then F3's got to come here, okay, stand on the blue line and stay wide to prevent this forward. So F1's trying to prevent O1 from coming out of the blue line. Then if O1 makes a pass to O3, F2's got to stand up and make sure O3 doesn't cross that red line. Okay, and then F3 in this scenario has to make sure O2 doesn't, if he or she has the puck, even without the puck too, got to make sure you're not coming over the blue line. Now make sure you don't hit them because you're going to get called for a penalty, and if in regular professional hockey too, and checking hockey, if you hit them without the puck, that's going to be called interference. And we'll talk about it more at practice too. Okay, and then we have the swing. We had the the swing with speed, which is another control forecheck. And this can neutralize speed by swinging the center or one of the wingers with their opponents forward going behind the net. F1 backs out and lets F2 swing in a good angle to take away forward going behind the net. And if the player going behind the net is moving another way, F3 would move in. And if opposing D holds onto the puck and moves from behind the net, F3 would move it on an angle to force the puck carrier to one side. The D must be aware of the stretch players because guess what? They're going to be looking for that stretch pass play. And it's very important to eliminate the threat of long stretch passes. And we don't want them to come behind us because they're going to get breakaways. And from this forecheck, it eliminates opposition speed and opens up some areas of ice to make plays. So it will slow them down and open up the play for us to come in the offensive zone. And the D stretches out more than a deep trap. Okay, so if we take a look at this diagram, okay, so F1 backs up, okay, F1's going to kind of skate backwards, play here, okay. Then when F1, so O2 is going to pressure O1, okay, and O1's going to skate with the puck. That way, oh, excuse me, I saw that wrong, sorry. So O1's going to make that fake play, going to stand here, let O2 come in, because they're going to think, our team's going to think that O2's picking up the puck. So it could be other scenario, but in this scenario, O1's going to carry that puck up. Okay, so F2's got to watch O2, so F2's going to skate with his or her man with O2 to cover. Okay, F1's kind of back up and help the D. F3's got to come up and pinch the play so that O1 can't get out. Then F1 will watch if the pass is made by O1 to O3. That's F1's job to step up and get O3. And then our D will be here prepared if we aren't successfully doing that, right? All right, and I have some videos here for you guys to watch too. So if there's any questions, guys, well, number one, make sure you watch these videos, okay? They're going to tell you very important stuff. They're going to show you some diagrams. All my videos do, okay? Make sure you watch them. And if you have questions, guys, if you're confused on this information, please don't get frustrated, okay? I know it's a lot of information. We're going to work on it in practice, okay, throughout the year a little bit, okay? Well, not a lot, but we're going to be doing a lot of different things this year, okay? But I want to make sure you guys understand this information, guys. Do not get frustrated and just like say, I'm done, okay? Make sure you're still confident going back through these videos. If you need to watch this again, please do it. Any of the videos, okay? If you are having trouble, let me know and we'll talk and I'll show you just on a diagram how it works and I'll explain it more in depth. I'll answer all your questions, okay? All right, guys, great work today. Keep up the hard work and I will see you soon. Again, if you have any questions or if you need help, let me know. I'll help you as much as I can and I'll help you as many times as you need it, okay? All right, take care, guys, and keep up the hard work.